Hello everybody! I have been asked many times to do a tutorial on these skull bracelets that I have here using the Stretchy cord. So I made this, I don't know, a couple of weeks or so ago, and this was the first time I had ever used the Stretchy cord, and I love it. It is so easy to work with. So I made that, and I made this one to go with it, and I have made many other ones that are Halloweenish, that are kind of fall colors. These are so fun. I can't stop making them. And they are so easy that anybody could make them. So let me just show you what I have here. I have my scissors. I have some black beads. These are just plain orange seed beads here. These ones are a little different than seed beads, and they're faceted. They're kind of more rectangular. I'm not quite sure. And then here is the stretch cord that I got. I believe I got this at Michael's, and I think it's maybe $3 a roll. This one, it just depends on how much you get. Like this one is 32 feet. And I guess maybe it depends on the brand. I don't really know. I wasn't looking very hard. I just saw this and I noticed that it was really thin. I don't know if you can see here, but the cord is just really thin. And so I knew it would fit through really tiny beads, and that's what I want. So I just grabbed this. They've got thicker kind, but I really enjoy this little thin stuff because it fits through these little tiny holes in these beads. The thicker stuff could be used for big fat beads that have bigger holes, but it also works nicely for the big fat beads. These skull beads I got at Michael's. They have big ones like this, and then they have little ones like this. And I am using the little ones. Let's see, the big one comes over here. So today I'll be using these little skulls, and then I will be using these little donut beads. They're just a natural color. I've made a bracelet using these turquoise ones with some black beads, and it looked really cute. And that's all we're going to be using. So these, and these. And I'm making this bracelet for a friend. She cuts my hair, and she saw my jewelry and totally wanted some Halloween jewelry. And I was like, okay, I'll make you some. So she has fairly thin wrists. So I'm probably going to make her bracelet about 7 inches, and then she could probably get away with 6.5 or 6, but I don't know how snug or loose she likes her bracelets. I like mine kind of snug. This, I believe, is a 6-inch, and it just goes on really like that on me. I have really tiny wrists. So anyway, I'm going to make it just a little bit, probably on the looser side for her. And if it doesn't work out, I can always make her another one. So let's get started. Here's my setup. It's not the greatest. I really hope you can see what I'm doing here. I don't have the greatest lighting, but when I use this, I don't measure it and then cut a piece off because it's so boingy, and I just don't want to accidentally do something and have the beads go flying off the other end. I mean, I could put tape on it and stuff like that, but it's just easier for me to string the beads while it's still on the spool. It's really convenient that way. So that's what we're going to be doing. I got these beads here in the tube from Michael's, and you can always use their coupon. I think these are $3.99, maybe $2.99 a tube. I can't remember, but they're not too bad, and you get a ton of them. So these beads look like this. They're faceted, so they sparkle. They're just super cute. And then I'll put a little bit of orange ones in this little cup that I have here, because you don't need very many of these at all. All right, so let's see. I am gonna take my cord here and I'm gonna start. And I always just like to start with the bigger, more prominent bead. So that would be Mr. Skull Head here. And then the hole is through the bottom and through the top. And then I just string it through and then it just stays, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna do this pattern here. So I got that, and then a donut bead. An orange bead. I probably should have gotten my glasses out for this. My eyesight's getting worse the older I get. And there's a black bead, and then another orange. And then a donut. See what I have going here? And now I'll put another head on. You want to make sure it's going the same direction as it already is, and so I string from the chin through the head. Okay? And it's as easy as that. Donut, orange, black, orange, donut, and I'm going to put the head on. Okay, so here's what it's looking like so far. It's looking just like this. It's super cute. And so I'm going to keep on stringing it until it's close to what I think it should be, and then I'll measure it. All right, I think I might be almost done here. So I'm gonna take this and just kind of measure and see where we are. And so I just take it like this, and I just lay it against the thing here. Okay, so it's 6 inches. I think I'll add another head. So, donut, orange, black, orange, And since the end piece and this piece doesn't have this in between it, we have to put those pieces on top of this one so it'll be even. So we need one more donut, one more orange, one more black, one more orange, and one last donut. This ought to be okay. Okay. So we've got this end here, and then we finished it up with this end having the extra beads, and then when you fold it around, it'll be even. So this is a good 7 inches. All right, now we're ready to just tie it off. And this is why I like to leave it on the spool, because it's just easier to tie, and if you make a mistake, they won't fly off the one end. So you will be wasting a little bit of wire, but that's okay. I'm not going to waste too much. So I'm just going to do 3 knots in a row, just like you're tying your shoe. So here's my first knot, and you just tie it till it goes all the way. So there's 1, 2, and I like to pull it really tight. It's super stretchy and strong, so it won't break. 3. And that's all you do. See the little knot? It's right there. And you can also, I've heard you can put a little glue, like super glue or something on the knots just to secure it even better. So far I've never done that, but I guess I'll just wait and see if my bracelets break one day. But so there are 3 knots. In fact, I'm even going to put 4 on here just 'cause. And then it's time to cut. I don't cut all the way to the knot just in case it slides through and then it'll all come undone. So I just leave a little tail out, just a little tail. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm sorry. Super easy to cut. So I don't know if you can see, but let's see. Anyway, there's just a little string right here. And I'm gonna cut this one off. There. If you can see it, you can kind of see what I've done. That much. All right, and there is my net or my bracelet. See, and it'll be just a nice little drop for her. Mine's a little smaller. I like mine a little tighter, but her wrist I think is a tiny bit bigger than mine. So this will be just right for her. So there's that bracelet. Now I'm gonna make one like this to go with it. So I'm just gonna use the same beads. These beads are different than these. These black beads are longer, but that's all right. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm probably going to do 3 of these in a row. If I can get them on. I really need my glasses. And then 1 orange bead. See, looks like that. And I'll just let them drop. One. I'm sure there are other ways to string beads that are easier than this, but it doesn't bother to me. I really enjoy stringing beads like this. It's therapeutic for me. So isn't that so cute? So I'm gonna keep stringing this and then we'll tie it off. All right, so here I have about 6.5 inches, which is just fine. And it's kind of fun when the smaller bracelet is a little more snug than the bigger one. So I'm gonna bring it down toward the end as much as I can so I can waste as little cord as I can. And you notice on this end, it's just a black bead. And this end, there's an orange one. That way when I tie it together, it'll be even. And these are a little harder to tie, so I don't tie them all the way to the bead like this, because it kind of like pulls over into itself and ties up, and it gets all matted up and stuff. So I like to just, let me give myself, tie the knot and let it float in the middle for a minute like that, and then add another knot, and then tie it to the knot, and then it just keep pulling, and then it just brings it together perfectly. And then just give it a good pull. This kind you will see the knot, but it's so little and clear that nobody's really going to notice it, you know. So there's the first knot, knot number 2. And I only do 3 knots on this because you don't want to make a big fat knot. You don't want it to be noticeable. So there you are, and it turned out really nicely. And then you just cut it off, and again, I don't cut it all the way to the knot because it'll eventually slip out. So I just cut. There's a little itty bitty tail there. I don't know if you can even see it, probably not. And then I'll cut this one off. So let's see, right here. I don't know if you can see that, but anyway, there is, and I'll just take those pieces and pull them even tighter, but so you really can't notice the knot, and you can always just make sure the knot is on the wrist so nobody even sees. So there you are, just like that. There's your bracelet set. So if you want to make this kind of jewelry, please go get yourself some of this nice stretchy cord. It is so easy. Anybody can make anything with this stuff. And in fact, I'm almost out. I've been making so much. I need to go get more. But this one's the Stretch Magic, and I got it at Michael's. And I'm pretty sure Walmart has it. And if they don't, they've got other similar brands. But here are some other bracelets that I made that are just the thin ones. So here's one with little green sparkly ones. The little green ones came from the Dollar Tree. And then here's one that I like, using itty bitty beads, and I got these at Michael's also. They're extremely tiny, and I just think they look so cute. And then here's one that I just love. This kind of reminds me of a pumpkin patch, and the green ones also came from Dollar Tree. This is cute to wear for Halloween and November. And then here is one that has a little brown bead, a little gold bead, and an orange bead and a green bead. Thought that was nice for November. And then here is one with just some green and gold beads. I love little sparkly beads. They make me happy. So yeah, and they're so thin, you could add so many more. Like you can add this one, and then you can put that with it. It is just so fun to do and so easy, it's not even funny. But wait, not only can you use those skulls for jewelry, but I've also used them on this really cute skull tree. I got the tree at Target for $5, and then I got the skulls at Michael's. And I also got the little hooks, these little wire hooks. I got those at Walmart, and I'm going to show you how to make them. What I have here are little pins that I get from Walmart in the craft section. You make earrings out of these, and so I got them where you find all the beads and the accessories. And this pack is in kind of a gunmetal color. They also had gold and silver, and each of these bags come with some that have a little eye at the end or a loop, and then some come with a little pinhead at the end. So for this particular skull, I'm using the big ones. See, here are the little ones that we made the jewelry out of. But for the tree, I'm using the big ones. And sometimes the pinhead actually will go through the skull and you can't use them. See, it just falls off. So with these bigger skulls, I use these little pinheads because they won't come off. So I put them through the bottom like that, and then I'm just gonna cut off a little bit with my pliers. So it's like that. And now I'm just gonna hold on to it with my thumb, and I'm just gonna grab this hook here and just sort of bring it over with these pliers. And there we have a hook. And that's all there is to it. And then you can just hang it on your tree. All right, let's see, where is a good spot for this one? There you go. And that is my Halloween tree, everybody. I hope you liked this video. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.